This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Luca Celebri, and this is Digital Sportscentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And we're going to continue our Canadian team off-season look ahead. And today, we're looking at the Winnipeg Jets. The regular season went about as well as it could for Winnipeg, as they not only set a franchise record for points in a season, but Connor Hellebuyck also had one of the best years by a goalie ever, becoming just the 8th goalie to take home the Hart. Notice we said regular season, because the playoffs did not go their way, as the President's Trophy winning team got bounced in the second round by Dallas. And that Hart Trophy winner, he had another terrible showing in the postseason. So what should Winnipeg's approach be this offseason? Well, if it's adding proven playoff performers, they've already started with a bang. As 3-time Stanley Cup champion and proven winner Jonathan Toews is about as good as you can do. And he's also a Winnipeg native. And the only thing better, well, maybe that's Patrick Kane, who of course Jesse is already recruiting to Manitoba. Any person that plays any kind of hockey, Jesse sells them on Winnipeg. Whether they are in the OHL, NCAA, the NHL, whether they play for the team, like he is just pitching everyone on Winnipeg. But if the Jets are serious about adding guys that have shown up in the playoffs, then they need to do everything they can to get a deal done with one of their own. And that's pending UFA Nikolai Ehlers. While he missed a few games in the first round with foot injury, he still ended up being one of Winnipeg's most productive players in the playoffs. And yeah, he won't be cheap, but Winnipeg has more than enough money to pay him. And if they can pull it off, it'll help Winnipeg continue to build a winning culture up north. When your best player is a goalie, it's so hard to win. The margins are so thin because if you go through a stretch where your goalie is just not feeling it, then you're kind of toast. So there's no one that hits like that superstar level Hellebuyck type player on offense or defense that they can go get, but I guess if you keep building a well-rounded team, it's not the worst thing. To the association, and for the second straight night, the NBA has gone a little crazy, as we saw more moves last night as the trades went wild. The dismantling of the 2023-2024 champion Celtics continues, as Kristaps Porzingis was traded to the Hawks, with George Niang and a future second rounder going to Boston. Pick number 22 in tonight's draft, along with Terrence Mann, goes to the Nets. And don't worry, we'll get to the Nets and all of their picks in the next segment. But we talked about it yesterday with Boston. They needed to get under the second apron. And with the trades of Holiday and Zinger, they now have. But this number is crazy. On June 15th, they owed $540 million, just between salaries and luxury tax penalties. But with unloading those two players, that bill is down to $280 million. That's savings of $260 million in real dollars. The sports are so crazy, man. Like, how does that even work? The money is just fake. It's not real, I'm convinced. But are the Celtics done there? And could they move Jaylen Brown or Derek White? Here's Shams.
My understanding is the Celtics are getting offers, calls on both Jaylen Brown and Derek White. The Celtics have high price threshold for both players. We know how great Jaylen Brown and Derek White are, so I'm sure they're getting some massive offers, some pretty big-time calls as well. Their preference has been to keep both players, but this is a team that's still in the first apron, still a luxury tax team, still dealing with the uncertainty of Jason Tatum's status next season. So at minimum, I expect Sam Hauser and Fernie Simons as names that will be discussed. Will a team match that price threshold that the Celtics, I'm told, have set around the league for Jaylen Brown and Derek White to be able to get them? They are listening, but will a team get there?
It's so crazy to think that like this was the best team in the East and probably would have been next year if they just brought everyone back again. Even with Tatum's injury, like they're still incredible, and now this window is kind of like closed. Like what? It's so strange. If I'm a Celtics fan, I don't know what to think right now. And that wasn't the only deal we had last night, as CJ McCollum was dealt with Canadian Kelly Olynyk and a future second to Washington in exchange for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the 40th overall pick tonight. And it wasn't a trade, but Kyrie Irving also made some news, as he will not opt in to his $43 million player option with the Mavs, and instead sign a new 3-year deal for $119 million, as he gets some security as he rehabs his torn ACL. Now, if this has been the last 2 days, what are we in for tonight's draft? Hopefully, more fireworks. You can watch the NBA draft tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Okay, let's stick with basketball because as I just told you, it's draft day. And what a night we could have, as this appears to be a loaded draft headlined by Cooper Flagg, who's going first overall to Dallas. But let's focus on the Raptors and what they could do with pick 9 tonight and 39 tomorrow. Well, according to our own Josh Lewenberg, the 9th pick is believed to be available tonight, with the Raptors looking to upgrade their roster with players already established. And a trading partner could very well be the Brooklyn Nets, who, thanks to the trade we mentioned earlier, now have 5 first-round picks tonight. Number 8, number 19, 22, 26, and 27. Now, there's no way they're going to be making all 5 of these picks. So we can assume the Nets will definitely be involved in some sort of trade tonight. Now, one team that could be in play for 8 or 9 is the NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's ESPN draft guru Jonathan Gaboni.
I keep hearing rumblings that the Thunder are trying to move up. They have 15, 24, 44. They could package all 3 of those picks, look to move up 4 or 5 slots, maybe 6 to Toronto.
I love the NBA because this doesn't happen in any other league. Like the NFL, there are some trades, but like Brooklyn having 5 first-round picks, the Thunder having like a war chest of picks that now they're the champs and they can go get a top 10 player in this draft. I love this kind of drama. Now, based on the odds and the mock drafts, it looks like tonight's draft begins at pick 5. As after flag, it looks like it'll go Dylan Harper to the Spurs, BJ Edgecove to the Sixers, Con Knippel to the Hornets, meaning at 5 with Utah, we get our first bit of uncertainty. Will it be Jeremiah Fierce, Ace Bailey, maybe a trade? Well, tune into TSN at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific to find out.
Breaking news! Evander Kane has been traded to the Vancouver Canucks for a 4th-round pick in this week's draft, heading back to the Oilers. Kane missed the entire regular season, but scored 6 goals and added 6 assists in the 21 playoff games this year. Kane posted on X thanking the organization, fans, and City of Edmonton. For more on this story, click the link below.
Have you ever wondered how many whistles are in an NHL game? Well, if you have, you'd probably fit in with the eclectic team we've got here at TSN and Barnet, because we put that to the test. With our friends at Montana's, we ate a single rib for every whistle in an NHL playoff game. This is insane. I don't know who thought that there weren't a lot of whistles in hockey, but there can be more than hundreds in a period sometimes, I feel like, because sometimes they just blow it like twice before a face-off even, for no reason at all, just to get people's attention. Well, it really helped that it was Rib Fest at Montana's because the crew really went to town.
That was insane.
Yeah, Sam's reaction.
Sam almost had rib come out his nose.
We're at Montana's barbecue bar, and we are about to hammer some ribs.
There's another whistle.
There's 2.
You guys are cutting into ribs.
Here,
We don't have
here,
time.
cut.
Answer it. Fine.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, but
We gotta be like prepared for a scrum too, because
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
that was
2-2.
3. That was like 3.
Everybody has to have one
Everyone
here.
rib.
Can you open a wet nap?
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
That is the craziest thing. This guy hosts 2 podcasts and thinks he can just.
I've no.
Yes, man.
Oh,
You got the talent.
Thank you, Jeff Smith. Really appreciate it. My mom used to say manners are still in style. It's true. They are. They never go out of style.
That was insane.
Yeah, Sam's reaction.
Sam almost had rib come out his nose.
Oh my god, that was the closest.
Hey, it's you on TV.
How is she there? But also right here.
eating ribs.
Marissa's everywhere. But mostly in a Montana.
Yeah.
For the most part.
What's the
Oh!
whistle?
How do you assess our rib eating right now? Marissa, how are you
Guys,
feeling?
we're going to be toast
I've eaten more
in like
ribs now than
30
I've ever
minutes.
eaten before,
This
so...
is gonna be one of those things where like
That's a rib, yep. Hey, we got a whistle, I'll eat it.
Okay.
buddy, if you put your hand in there, it might have been gone after that, you know what I mean?
Fine, maybe I just need the first period to re-gift.
Yeah, because this is going to get easier. 51 rib first.
Guys, I think we made a mistake.
Marissa Roberto is a coward, and she has subbed out Matt Hempstead, subbing in.
No,
So,
we just switched. We just switched. I'm still here to hear everything you're saying. I think Matt can handle a whole rack though of whistles right now.
How many was that?
okay, fellas, we got like 6 whistles. You counted 6. We got 7. We got 7.
I don't think I've ever been better at any point in my life.
Glad I missed that scrum, boys. I am back in feeling fresh and ready for the third period. Shout out to Matthew Hempstead for tapping in.
Eric looks like he's gonna die.
Yeah,
You're gonna be okay, pal.
we believe in you, Eric.
Just got a period to go.
You got an eyelash there.
No, never mind.
That's
That's
rib.
that's a piece of rib.
That's right.
Ah!
That was psychotic.
Hey, 140, 145, 148, and then I didn't do the last two. Or the last one, 149.
Shout out to Montana. This is easily one of the most filling and rewarding.
Yes, spiritually fulfilling.
Spiritually fulfilling, but also helped us understand how many whistles are in a playoff game.
Congratulations on a job.
Done.
I'm not okay.
I told you, all it takes is one scrum and you're eating 7 ribs in short succession. This was a brave attempt, to say the least. And just a reminder to celebrate Montana's 30th birthday with their Ribs to Riches contest, as they're giving away $30,000 in prizes over 30 weeks. From hot tubs to all-you-can-eat ribs for a year, plus a shot at $1 million. That's all for today. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Have a good one.